Are big dogs different than little dogs? Had someone come in for a free session last night and they signed up for our Marvelous Mutt program. They have a little dachshund who's a year old and is having some potty training issues and has some separation anxiety and does a lot of whining unless he gets picked up. If he starts barking, then he gets picked up a lot. And so they were concerned that, hey, maybe little dogs are different than big dogs and they have to be treated differently and training must be different, and like they're just more, the feeling was like they were just more fragile because they had a bigger dog and a smaller dog and they were treating them differently and had different expectations for them. So, you know, trainers will tell you that a dog is a dog and we don't care what size. We're kind of going through the same things. The dogs need to learn basically the same lessons. It's kind of like asking, are kids who are small or kids who are big, do they need to be taught in school differently? It's similar to that. So like the short answer is no, a dog is a dog. A more nuanced answer would be that little dogs, because they are so little in a big world, they do need a little more confidence building sometimes. They do tend to get coddled more, so they get taken out of difficult scenarios, where if it was a bigger dog, you'd just be like, okay, you're gonna have to figure this out, you're gonna have to handle this. Whereas little dogs, a lot of times it's easy to just pick them up. And so we do that, and that causes more insecurity, and you become kind of that security blanket for your little dog, and it can cause some weird behavioral issues. So I guess trainers do treat little dogs a little differently, where we're a little softer, we're a little more calculated in what we introduce at what time, because we know a little dog can get put over their, we call it their threshold, where they stress out or shut down because there's too much. Like say, 3 dogs approaching them at once is going to shut a little dog down faster than it would a bigger dog. There's more confidence. So we do make adjustments like that for it, but in the end we're teaching the dog the same thing and our goals are the same. So, and all that being said, man, we have some really confident little dogs come in. I can't tell you how often the little dogs run the house when there's a house with multiple dogs. A lot of times those little Chihuahuas, little Yorkies, they look cute and innocent, but they're full of confidence, and they're very comfortable standing their ground and letting the other members of the pack know what's what and know what they want, and so they can kind of be a bully sometimes. So don't underestimate them, and we want to put all that little dog firepower to good use and channel it in the right ways. That's another thing that I think is often misunderstood or overlooked, is you got a little dog and you think, they run around the house and the yard, they're fine. It's huge compared to how small they are. But your house and yard become a big kennel at some point, because they've smelled it all, they've checked it all out. It is no longer enriching for them, just like it isn't for big dogs. And so we have to find the right outlet for their energy. What do they love? What are they passionate about? What gets them excited? Let's make sure they get to do that every day or almost every day, so that they feel good, life is good. And then when you ask them to obey house rules, they're like, cool, yeah, I can do that. My life is good, you always have time for me, I always get my walks or my playtime, whatever it is. So I'm more than happy to follow the house rules with just 1 or 2 reminders. So there you go. Big dogs and little dogs are pretty much the same thing. See ya.